Welcome. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're comfortable sitting down in your houses. Linares is going to phase 3 again, so we need to be careful again with our health issues. So we have to be careful again. And there will be timetable in the night, I think, again, to go back home. Something that Linares had already overcome some months ago. Okay, so we are in week 10. Impressive, but we are in week 10, unit 3, making progress. We are getting ahead very quickly. Remember, you have tasks, you have forums, wikis, and there is a grade for participation. Please, I really recommend you to pay attention to everything. Today, we are going to try to finish one of the tasks that is delayed. And if we don't finish, then we cannot just accumulate things and done, okay? So please, I recommend you to pay attention. We need to develop some skills, and that will take time, like writing. But reading, we shouldn't just disregard reading and listening, because we need to keep on practicing. Yes, keep on practicing. Vanessa is coming. In regards evaluations, we have just well, participation is an ongoing evaluation. Remember, you need to be updated with the tasks, with forums, wikis. I repeat this every week. We are just finishing midterm, so now you can see the points in reading, listening, and writing. The best of the skills is reading. By far, you're good at reading. Listening, you are a little bit down, and writing is the most difficult, but it doesn't have a great amount of percentage. So do not worry about writing. You know vocabulary. So everything that you're strong, I want to point out, you're strong at vocabulary, you're strong at connecting discourse connectors, although, because, therefore, you're good at that. So we're going to take advantage of everything you have good to continue progressing, yes? In writing good sentences, complete sentences, dividing them with full stops and different paragraphs. We are so we will start with the written expression workshop, little by little in November, along November, so that by mid-December you already have a good writing piece. And the final test. We will be preparing for the final test, as you know, is again reading, writing, all of the skills. So remember, you're always trying to accumulate everything you know and continue progressing. Well, I repeated, you already have the points for listening, reading, and writing. You can see them. I gave you feedback in writing. And then I will have to check on I will give you feedback in speaking, and then check on the percentages for the final grade. So it's a long process to get to the final grade. So this is the caveat. Yes, you will be able to see partial punctuation. So what you can see on Educandos is partial punctuation. Yes, of course, Educandos is giving you a grade that I say is on 7, yes, in reference to 7 being the maximum. What you see there is just, I count them as points, yes, not the final grade. But, well, there you can see already the tendency, yes, if you have, you can see each exercise of the quiz, you can see if you were weaker or stronger in writing or in reading or in listening. But you have 18 points in listening. So you need to count the points in the listening section. So there are, for example, 15.25 on 18 or 10.75 on 18. So out of 18. So you have 18 points reading, 18 points listening. Points, okay? And then on that basis, I will give you a grade, and then the percentage, calculate the percentage. So it's a long process, as I tell you. So here in listening, so that you have 18 points, 18 points, 18 points, that would be a 7, 18 out of 18 is a 7. But that 7 is a 30% of the whole grade. Yes, do you understand? Girls? Entonces, en el midterm, para entender el midterm, nosotros tenemos puntos. Listening y reading tienen 18 puntos. Speaking y writing, 15. De esos puntos, ustedes van a ver que tienen el quiz, los primeros 6 ejercicios son 18 puntos de reading, luego 18 puntos de listening y 15 del último writing. Se fijan ahí y ustedes van a saber los puntos que tienen. Right? Esos puntos equivalen a una nota sobre 7. Que luego se calcula en Excel al 30%, al 20%. Is that clear, the explanation? ¿Está claro la explicación de la nota?
I think yes.
Okay, all right. Go back to recording, yes, and we keep on going. We keep on going. Okay, so that is what I explained here. You will see, you will be able to see partial punctuation, but the final calculations I will upload to SGC. Remember all of the tasks before starting unit 3, so unit 1 and 2 only. You have them, you have the files on Educandos, so you can find them quickly and complete them for your grade on participation. Remember, participation is graded. Yes, it's graded. And it has a percentage, yes, of the final grade. Yes, a 10% of the final grade. And that's ongoing. I have to remind you every week of this item. Okay, so we're going to see vocabulary, and we were starting a new topic, a new unit on democracy, and therefore you have we have to complete. I will give you time to complete the task 7 or sections of the task 7. We will complete in groups, but first of all we are going to revise. We're going to revise democracy will, some words related to democracy. So I will show you a wheel in word wall and see how many words do you know from the wheel. Yes, and how many words can you define from the wheel. So you are asked to define in your own words the words that you can define. Okay, so group A and group B. Okay, how many do we have? 5 people. Okay, so Vanessa, you will be in one group. Okay, I will divide you just random, and you will add up points in your account. Okay, let us see. So we will see the wheel. Yes, first of all we will see the wheel. I will mention one person, yes, and then we will see which group recognizes more words. So group A, who will be in group A? Vanessa, and in group B, Javiera. So you're the 2 leaders. Who else will be with you, Vanessa? Anyone? Group A?
Me.
Romina. Okay,
Yes.
Romina. Okay, with Javiera. Krishna. Okay, and Daphne. All right. Okay, so this is for you. I think we are all. This is for you to practice your speaking, and Catalina is coming. So this is only just for warm up. We will see two exercises with vocabulary so that you are good at remembering the words later. Okay, welcome, Catalina. So we have two groups, Group A and Group B. And we will have a wheel, yes, a democracy wheel, and see how many words do you know from the wheel and how many words can you define. So this group will have here the list of words they can define, and this group here. So we will see which group can define more words. All right. So now I will look for the wheel in my browser. Vocabulary wheel. And we will do one practice. Okay, so this is the wheel. These are the words. Yes, for example, can you see? I don't know whether we can see.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
so you have human rights, parliament, governance, democracy, corruption, civic, politics, political parties, election, law, voting, and representation. So the different kinds of words, some of them are adjectives, most of them are nouns. Okay, so we will spin the wheel and one representative of each group will tell me if you can, governance. Who could define governance? In Spanish, gobernanza. It's not an easy word to, it is related to government, but it is not the same exactly. Any group?
Hay que elegirlo.
No, you, yes. ¿Qué grupo? Which group decides to define governance?
I think maybe.
Krishna? Krishna?
It's a way of governance or govern. Yes, maybe.
It is
or a manner. Who knows? I think so.
Governance is governance. It is related to government, yes, but it's not the same. And it is related to a manner of government, to carry out the government. Okay, Krishna, quite near, yes. So it's for you to practice speaking and trying to remember words. Okay, the next group. Vanessa, Romina.
And Daphne.
And Daphne, yes. Check the following one. Civic. It's the same as in Spanish. It's an adjective, cívico. And what does it refer to? Something referring to cívico.
Poder sí. Yes.
Romina, it has to do with ¿quiénes ejercen un poder cívico, Romina?
Okay.
Who are the ones that have a civic attitude or citizens? Yes. So citizens And you live in a, where do you live? Citizens live in a city or una comuna también. In English, it has another name. It doesn't matter with the name, but civic has to do with the obligations of citizens in cities, in districts, yes, en comunas o ciudades o pueblos. It depends on the political division, yes. Excellent. So civic is very similar to Spanish. Remember, all of the words related to government, to democracy, are very similar in English and Spanish. It's related to the municipality. Yes, yes, civismo. It has to do with civics. Yes, civismo. Everything that is related to the behavior, the obligations, and the rights of civilians, of citizens, yes, of us as people living in a country, in a city, in a region, in a district. Okay, excellent, excellent. So you woke up very with lots of ideas. Wonderful. And remember, all of these words came to English from Latin. Remember that in ancient times, the civilization, most advanced civilization in Europe, the Romans had already organized the city, yes, the civics, and everything related to government. Therefore, yes, civilization, yes, everything is related, yes, civilization, civic, citizenship, all related to our obligations and rights as citizens, yes, ciudadanos. And remember, this came from Rome and the political organization of Rome. Therefore, England just imported all of the concepts and the vocabulary. So it's easy for us to recognize the words. Yes, very easy. So we really need to look up words for words to define, but we know the meaning is the same. Oh no, my gosh. What's the problem with governance?
Teacher, es que usted tenía que eliminarla.
Eliminamos. Okay. Thank you, Vanessa. So we have to eliminar. All right. Now we have less words. Thank you, Vanessa. Oh, this is you. Yes, it's wonderful. Easy. Human rights. Okay. Which group would like to do human rights? Very easy. B or A? A or B?
I think it could be one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
One
Human rights.
for each.
Human rights. What does it refer to? It's very
The right that the human have.
Yes, all rights that are human. Yes, in reference to life, to having a nationality, a name. Yes, all of the rights that the government also needs to guarantee the civilians, the citizens. The basic, Javiera says they are basic standards of human behavior. Yes, the basic standards for human behavior, but let us say in favor, to favor human behavior and to favor human development. Okay. Okay, and it also comes from entities that are outside ourselves as human beings, as just citizens. Yes, it comes from authorities, yes, government, and so on and so forth. Yes, so both groups could define human rights. Excellent. So, all right, wonderful. And it's easily translated to Spanish. Okay, so we know human rights, basic human rights. You have right to a nationality, a name, a security, food, shelter. Okay. And in many cases, they are provided by the state, yes, by the government. Okay, so we have to eliminate the human rights. Okay, wonderful. Now I got it. Okay, next. Well, politics is the general word, politics. Política, la política in Spanish. How could you? Which group would like to?
Teacher, can you give us context?
La política is the general meaning. Yes, general, just not political party or political activity, but something politics in reference to the work done by citizens, yes, in order to do what? What is the utmost, the final ending of politics?
Help the community and
Yes, yes.
law and stuff.
Politics is activity in reference to human beings, to civic citizens, yes, ciudadanos, and for the community, exactly. Whenever you fight for improvements, whenever you ask for something, even at university, you do politics, yes? Even when you ask for a better timetable or a bus to get to campus, for example, the students, you are fighting in political terms in trying to get a common good, yes, actions that take the community to develop better, to be better, to have more access to things. So politics is human actions that try to improve the life in a community, yes, something like that. Very good. So you have the idea, the words, and I can help you finish them. Okay, next one. Oh, we're doing wonderfully well. We need to, we have to eliminate politics. And whenever we talk about the government, we talk about politics. Law. Law.
About how to rule something.
Yes. Law is related to rule.
¿Cómo can I say tranquilidad of the
Security, the well-being. The well-being.
Equality, maybe?
The quality of life, well-being. Being. Sorry. Ese es el bienestar, well-being. So the law tries to, is related to rules. Yes, rules in a society, for a society to have well-being. Romina said security. Yes. Rules, above all, rules and organization. Yes, law. So the countries need law. Krishna says rules of the country. Yes, excellent, Krishna, law. Yes, the rules. Yes, organization, and there you have everything included. Yes, wonderful. Okay, you're doing well. You're doing wonderfully well. Yes, it's not so difficult. Plus, as I say, they're very similar to Spanish. They are good. This is great. Corruption. This is great. Corruption. Which group would like to define corruption?
Romy.
Any. You can also write on the chat and I count your points.
Okay. It's about people get together to like making a plan to money most of the time.
Yeah, it
High
has to do with the money.
some things it appears on politics and
Politics. Yes,
empresas.
exactly. Yes, going to exact examples. Yes, something wrong done with money in general
Abuse
terms.
of power.
Yes, like overuse of power. ¿Sí? Como el sobreuso del poder. Yes. The bad use of power. Yes, because power in itself is not bad, but if you use it wrongly, then you are corrupted power. Yes. Yes, excellent. Krishna says it's the dishonest, fraudulent act. Yes, it's something wrong. In general, corruption is fraudulent, dishonest, something you do wrongly, and therefore you can affect that you're doing wrong. Yes, that area. Javiera says, I would say something bad being done by those in power in general. Yes. Yes, it's the corruption of power and the corruption of every area in which something is done wrong on purpose. In general, as also Vanessa says, in relationship to money, and as Romina says, in relationship to power. So there's a lot of corruption in those areas, since it has to do with human greed. Yes, la avaricia humana. Yeah. All right, wonderful. We're doing wonderfully well, and it's very much related to politics and governments, unluckily. Okay, two more, but you will be able to do another exercise still with to revise vocabulary. Voting.
Democracy.
It's related to democracy. It's an action that guarantees democracy. Yes.
And the opinion of people.
Yes, and in order to express the opinions of people. And remember, you vote in many occasions. Also at university, we can vote. Okay, do we do task 7 or task 6? Okay, vote. Okay, so it's a way of saying your ideas, yes, of expressing your ideas and opinions. Javiera, the way of choosing. Yes, it is related to choosing someone, something, yes, expressing ideas, participation, yes, and representation also. And also in the country, you know, you're voting all the time. If you want this referendum, if you don't want, if you want a new at university, if we wanted a new set of rules, if not, or in the country, if you want a new constitution, or if not. Yes, as a result of act of democracy. That is what allows democracy to exist, so that everyone has a voice, has an opinion, and freedom. Yes, voting also implies freedom. Yes, nobody obliges you to vote. It's illegal to oblige you to vote on one hand, on favor or against something, but it's your right and it's your obligation. So I listen to all of Chileans say, no, I'm not going to vote. There's no one to vote for. No, you need to vote, because that's your obligation, but it's also your right. And whenever you don't have the right, then you say, oh, I should have voted. And I listened to many colleagues in 2019, after the Chilean revolution, we can say, saying, oh, I didn't go to vote in the last elections. And they felt guilty, yes, because voting is participation. You need to say, even if you vote for a person that is corrupted, in a sense, okay, but you still had that opportunity and that participation. It is a right, and it's free, and it is free, and you need to feel free, even though you know it's a right, it's an obligation of conscience. Yes, no es una obligación de afuera, sino una obligación de la conciencia. Okay, participation and vote. You have to vote, and you have elections next month. And so yes, you need to go to vote. Yes, Romina, exactly. Even if your candidate results a bad candidate or whatever, yes, but you need to choose. It's your obligation. You need to choose to vote. Always choose to vote, because later when voting is taken out for any reason, then you say, oh, I needed to support voting and elections and democratic elections. When you don't have it, you miss that. Election, yes, that's coming. In your country, in my country as well, we have elections, midterm
free.
elections in Argentina. Okay, Romina,
It's
presidential.
free.
Sorry?
I see the election is free for
Election, yes, it gives freedom of, but what is an election?
It's related with voting, but in
Voting.
the first, when people want to be in the power, so they elect himself to like the store, the grocery store. There are many products, but you pick one in the voting process. But it's choosing one, like
Yes, choosing a representative. Yes. Election gives you the opportunity to participate and choose a representative. Yes, someone that is going to represent your rights, your decision, and we listen to the video that we are going to listen again, to which we are going to listen again. It says it represents the desires, the hopes of a society. So elections are necessary to have this opportunity to vote for representatives. And you are choosing, you have an important election since you're choosing president. So Krishna says in the chat, you really need to go to vote. Yes, you have to vote. You have to be responsible for the representatives of your country. Yes, and from now on, vote in every election. Yes, remember that the future of your country depends on that. Yeah, so you need to be participative. Okay. Okay, parliament. Let's say it has to do with the three powers in which the government is divided. So one is the executive power, that's the president, the judiciary power, the court of law, the law court, and the parliament is the third power. And what does that power do? Tenemos el poder ejecutivo, el poder judicial y el otro. The other one? Which is the other power? And that conforms the parliament.
I'm sorry, can you repeat please the word?
Parliament.
The parliament is when public people get together to choose and vote about something.
To vote about law, yes, but they represent a power of government. El gobierno tiene tres poderes: ejecutivo, judicial, legislativo, legislative. Yes, the words are very easy and similar. So parliament represents the legislative power of government, and they get together, as Vanessa says, to vote laws, regulations. They also control the government. Yes, and now in Chile, they are discussing about the fourth retiro del 10%. Okay, so that's what parliament does. They try to decide on the laws of the country. Yes, and to benefit, in general, benefit the community. Yes, so in Chile is that discussion. In parliament in Argentina, el etiquetado frontal. Do you know that in Chile you have that? The sodio, alto en calorías on food. those big tickets. Have you seen that? Si ustedes compran un chocolate en Chile, ¿qué dice? Adelante, alto en calorías. Yes?
Yes.
That, well, okay, that is being discussed in Argentina now. The parliament. The parliament needs to decide on a law, the etiquetado frontal. All right. So as you see, parliaments try to decide on these laws, common laws for community that are for a common good in general. Yes. Not for the big industry. Okay, so we eliminate parliament. And finally, okay, democracy, the very good and well-mentioned democracy. Democracy is a system
In which people in a huge way, and this word I can Spanish, but
it's a system of government according to which, yes, people, yes, everything we have been saying. What can you do in democracy?
We can choose
Your representatives.
We can participate in elections.
Exactly. It's a system of government that gives the people, yes, the community, a voice, a participation, possibility to participate and choose. Excellent. And so you feel more responsible. That's why we say you need to vote, yeah, always. And then we have representation and political parties. Representation, why? Because through democracy, modern democracy, you choose your representatives for the parliament. Now in Argentina, in November, there will be elections for representatives to the parliament. And so they are the representatives of the people. You will choose, in Chile, you will choose president, but the president is also a representative of the people. And therefore, this is a representative democracy. Okay, because we choose representatives. And that word appears a lot in every reading having to do with democracy, with elections and voting. And finally, political parties are these groups of people that try to exercise politics that we already talked about, yes, looking for actions that will influence the lives of people according to the tendency of different tendency, yes, different tendencies. Okay, so next activity will be in groups. It will be a crossword. I will send you via chat the crossword and the clues. So here you have, this is the opposite, yes. Now you have the definition and you will decide on the word, yes. For example, across, do we have numbers? Across one across. So this first word here is a dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power, typically involving bribery, which is this negative word we talked about. We did it before? Fraudulent or dishonest. Which was that word?
Corruption.
Corruption. Excellent. So now, since you know all of the words are easy. I will send via chat. I will send the document via chat. So you will do them quickly. I will give you 10 minutes, 5 minutes to go to the toilet and bring some tea, some hot tea. My tea is cold now. And 5 minutes to finish. It is really, really easy. Vocabulary revision. You have I sent you the document. If you cannot see it, I can also send via WhatsApp. So I sent you the document for the crosswords. Yes, We will divide in groups, the same groups that we were working. And you will complete the crosswords in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we will have 10 minutes. 5 minutes to look for tea, hot tea, and 5 minutes to finish the crossword. It's easy. It's really easy because you have revised the words, okay? And after the 5 minutes, we will come back and see which group could complete the crossword first. Okay? So now you have the opposite. Before you had the word and you had to define, now it's the opposite. You have the definition, you have to find the word. But you don't have the words. You need to remember them, yes? Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. All right, now we will divide in groups and we will see you at 10:42. A las 10.
Oh, no alcanzamos.
Okay, whatever you have, so that Catalina can see the words that we have been practicing.
No sé si la Vane pueden mostrar.
Okay.
Yes, I'm on it. Okay, let me turn off. Okay.
Vanessa is about to go to a fire.
Okay. Oh, let me put it down my teléfono.
Nosotros hablamos.
Ha dejado como saldo una persona.
Ah, ya me callo.
Ay, señor, that's serious. This fire. Okay, so they say dishonest or fraudulent conduct is corruption. Okay, so we all agree on that.
Yes.
Yes, we are all clear about that. Okay. The action of speaking or acting on behalf of someone or the state of being so represented is representation. Yes, the action of representation. Remember, we choose representatives. Democracy is a system of government by the whole population or all the eligible members of a state, typically through elected representatives. Yes, so that's the system of government. Everyone that is eligible to vote. Yes, I am eligible to vote in Argentina, but not in Chile. In that sense, in the ancient times, remember in Greece, those that could vote were the free people, not the slaves or people who did not belong to the society, to the Greek society. Okay, today is because of nationality, yes, whether you are national of a country or another. Okay, then party and organization that coordinates candidates, yeah, the political parties, yes, it's an organization, yes, that coordinates. Yes, human rights. Ah, yes, it is wrongly written. Rights is human rights. Which are the human rights? Which definition?
What number are you?
Below parties. Number 10.
Ah, I'm sorry. I couldn't remember the last part of this part.
Political parties.
I remember.
Political parties. Yes. And 10. What is
Human rights.
Human rights. Yes.
Human.
Okay. So what else have you thought? What else did you think about? The legislative body, the system of rules.
It's not the law.
Which is the legislative power? Remember, we have 3 powers in government: executive, legislative, and judiciary. So this is the parliament. Yes, the parliament is deciding the laws. Remember the laws for the laws in different countries.
The 7 is vote or not vote? Vote or no?
Duties or activities of people in relation to their own city or local. What do we say?
Governance.
City, citizens.
Civic.
Civic, yes, it's your duty, yes, your obligation as a citizen. Everything civic. Civic, okay. It's an adjective.
This could be the law.
Law, yes, law, exactly. Okay, the other girls, Krishna, do you have all of the others that are?
Yes. Javi, can you share, please?
Yes, so Krishna will show the other ones. But yes, wonderful, girls. So you have discovered most of the words. Javier says it's frozen. Oh yes, sometimes they freeze. Yeah, that's correct. Yes. Okay, Krishna and Javiera, would you like to participate with this one? Encompasses a system of control and operation, or which number do you have? Krishna?
What is the meaning of encompasses and encompass?
Includes.
Teacher,
Includes.
Ah,
Yeah, Krishna?
I sent you the picture of the crossword for WhatsApp because I am in the cell phone right now.
Okay, okay. So Krishna sent a photo.
Operation.
All right.
I stop sharing or
Stop sharing and we will see other ones done by Krishna. Okay, thank you, Vanessa. We have this one by Krishna and Javiera. Corruption and representation. Yes. Number 3, still number 3. Encompasses the system of control and operation of an organization or the mechanisms by which its people are held accountable, so responsible. It's part of the government. It's another word similar to government.
Governance.
Governance, yes. O sea, la gobernanza es todo el sistema de operación, ¿sí? Mientras que el gobierno es la autoridad. So, así se define. All right, it's more government, it's more related to authority, to power. Governance is the system of government, yes, of control and operation. Yes, number 5, a formal and organized choice by vote of a person or a political office or other position.
election.
Election, yes, election. Party, yes, it's a political party. Human rights, we already, to enact, establish, or determine by vote is voting, yes. And laws, we already. So related to the duties or activities of people in relation to their own city, Krishna, this is civic. Civic, everything related to citizens, civilians in a city is civic.
I was confused with this one.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now these words will appear now and then in the reading and listening that you need to do. So you have, do you all have a number 7, task number 7? An introduction to democracy. Do you have the task, the document in itself? If not, I can send it to Catalina and she can share again. And in groups, we will divide in 2 groups. Yes, so first of all, we have to define democracy and the opposite of democracy. The Britannica will offer help with democracy. And reference.com will give you support with some systems that are opposite to democracy. Yes, for you to look up those words. And then we will divide in 2 groups. As we were working, group 1 will watch and listen to the video and take notes and complete the exercise to dictate, to explain to the others. Okay, so by 12, by quarter to 12, you need to have the questions the questions for the video answered. Yes. So it talks about direct democracy, indirect democracy. We already talked about some topics in relationship to these questions. Yes. Democracy. So there are lots of things important around democracy apart from voting. And we said there is a respect for the voice of people, wishes, values, but you already have that in the video. Yes, so you have to find out in the video. And this is a personal view. Yes, for example, we said last Monday, I feel included into a democratic system. The second group will do the reading. Yes, and also complete the prompts in relationship to the reading. So this reading was published on the 1 month ago, the 24th of September, and it refers to questions, difficult questions with the future of democracy. Yes, so which are the key elements necessary in a democratic society, elements of democratic governance. We said the system of operation within the government, procedures to offer visible benefits to ordinary people. Remember that we say democracy is the best system because it offers valuable benefits to people. They offer opportunity to choose, freedom. We talked about this at the very beginning. Freedom of choice, participation, they give you a voice. So all of this is important in benefits of democracy, but there might be more. The effects of use of technology in modern democracies, so it's related to technology, social media, climate change, and the effects of on democracy. How to close the divide. The divide is a division, yes, una grieta between popular demands and actual performance in democracies. So what do people demand and what is really happening in democracy today? And how to close that division. And necessary fights in terms of democratic systems for all people. What do democratic systems have to continue fighting so that they really respond to the needs of people? So the reading is not difficult. You have a lot of support. You have the words, yes. And I will see you in your groups. Okay, so group 1 and group 2, one representative for each one. Okay, I need paper. Where is my paper? Okay, girls, one representative. Who is going to be a representative for this paper is written, but anyway.
The part of the task.
So
But
one will do the reading, one will do the listening. Yes, one-on-one. So group one will do listening. Group 2 will do the reading. So I need one representative of each group and you choose a paper. So Vanessa, do you choose the right or the left? Right or left? Vanessa? Right or left? Left, 1. So you do the listening. And 2.
Okay.
Krishna, you will do your group will do the reading. So you have already some strategies. Remember, you look for titles, subtitles, photos, and in the listening, you look at the video, you look at the pictures. There are writings there, so everything. So that can be helpful. So do you all have the task? Let me revise the task with you. Task 7. ¿Todos tienen el documento de la tarea 7? Do you all have it? Okay, if not, I can send again. Catalina, I can send you the task 7.
¿Me lo puede enviar de nuevo, por favor?
Okay, yes, I can send you and you can share with the girls. Okay, so task 7. This was an exercise done last week, so not everything is important here. So remember, your task will start. The definition of democracy, what is democracy and what is not democracy. And you have the websites, yes, here. Democracy and non-democracy.
Parece
Yes?
que esa la que hicimos la semana pasada, donde teníamos
You started. So this is
sí, la tengo,
something
sí.
you all need to, okay, good. Then group 1 will do the video. Vanessa's group will do the video and answer all of these questions. Group 2 will do the reading and will complete all of these prompts.
Okay.
Okay, and we will meet 10:30, 10:35 to check, yes, and to report to the other group. You're reporting, yes, reporting. Yes, no, so I will see you in your groups anyway. Yes. Okay, half an hour or 35 minutes. You can still have 1 more minute. Remember, we have to finish before 12. So we will do our
Give
best.
me 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, please.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
All right, so, okay, welcome to share whenever you're ready. The video, yes, and then you exchange the answers with the other group, so you help them finish the task, okay?
Of course.
Okay, thank you, Vanessa. So the first question, what did Athenians consider to be a direct democracy? Direct democracy, yes, girls?
It is when citizens spoke about their needs, concerns and laws that were needed long before electing a governor.
A governor, when they spoke about their needs, concerns, and laws that were needed long before. Yes, so they decided themselves and they governed themselves. Yes, they didn't choose and elect a governor, a representative. So that was direct democracy. Free people in Athens voted and decided, but they were the governing party, let us say. ¿Sí? Ellos eran los mismos gobernantes, porque ellos decidían. So that is a direct democracy. Nowadays, we have a representative or indirect democracy. That's what we were looking at, yes? And who were not allowed to vote in ancient Greece. So only free men were allowed to vote. And who were not allowed to vote?
Women enslaved children were not allowed to say a vote in Greek society.
Women, slaves, and children. Yeah, exactly.
Now
so,
children's not voting.
Now children are not allowed to vote, but now we don't have slaves anymore. We don't have slaves, supposedly. Anyway, in order to vote, you need to be enrolled in that country to vote. Yes, so there are certain limitations. So foreigners have limitations to vote, but nevertheless, we are all free people. Yeah? Women can vote, yes. And in Argentina, adolescents can vote from 16 years onward, years old. Yeah? So not children, but adolescents. So each country regulates that law. Yes, Vanessa?
Yes, about enrolling. Here we don't enroll. It's automatically.
Yes, because you're a citizen. Since I am not a citizen, I will need to go through papers in order to vote in Chile, but I can vote in my country. Yes. And I need to enroll also. I also need to enroll to vote in my country, for example. Since I live in Chile, I need to enroll at the embassy in Santiago to vote in my country, for example. In that sense, yes, foreigners are not allowed to vote unless we go under paperwork. Yeah. That is,
But-
but there are no slaves.
In the past, my parents said me that they have to enroll, but in the past,
Yes,
like
in the past. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the same. Some countries have that enrollment as well. Now it is because enrollment, I mean, in the sense of having paperwork done.
yeah, to
Yes.
inscribirse, como inscribirse para votar.
Ajá,
Pero
yes.
ahora ya no.
No, the natives, yes, the citizens. And you are native citizens. Once I finish my paperwork, I will have a permit to live in the country, but that does not full guarantee all of the other rights. Yeah, so in that sense, now we have a lot of immigration, people going here and there, so we have those limitations. But nevertheless, voting is much more universal, much more than it was before. And a representative democracy is?
Indirect democracy through a representative people liaison in church and creating laws.
Yes, so you choose a representative. Yes, you don't. So we people now don't govern ourselves as in Greece, ancient Greece, but we vote our representatives, the legislative power, yes, the same executive power. We vote the president and we vote the deputies, the senators, all of that. Yes. What is also important in a democracy, apart from universal voting?
Ensure what the people want I need, and this is a democratic and freedom.
Democratically. Yes. So ensure what people want and need. Yes. And grant freedom. Yes. Freedom, participation, we said a voice. Yes. Everything. Yes. Choice. Freedom above all. 5. What should a democratic government do in relationship to its people?
Ensure the well-being of citizens.
Yes, the well-being, very good word. Yes, el bienestar. Yes. What do you think of democracy as a system of government?
It is not a bad system, but it should be proud to help everyone equally, and that the law apply to everyone equally.
Yes, so that is it's a good system, but it needs to improve to support everyone equally, yes, and that laws apply to everyone. Yes, exactly, and everyone abide to the law. Si todos respetan la ley. Yes, even in the video says even kings in ancient times, in the old times, even kings needed to abide to a law. Yes, different in the evolution of laws and countries, the idea of countries and state and government. Yes, everyone needed to abide to the law, respect the law. Okay, wonderful, girls. So now we go to the other group. The reading was a little bit longer, so we accept if you don't have everything, but at least some connections, some discussions. Okay, so
We have everything, teacher.
Wonderful.
Creemos que
Marvelous.
está bien. This is the vocabulary of we find.
Yes, then you can continue looking at words, key elements necessary in a democratic society.
At the first time, there are regular elections, political parties, parliaments, active participation, civic life, human rights protection, and equal laws to all people, including the minorities.
The minorities.
Minorities.
Yes, exactly.
Chiqui.
Elements for democratic governance.
Okay. Elements for democratic governance. We found 2 elements. That is the use of elections, participation of the parliaments.
Yes, so that's the way in which the government guarantees governance. Yes, that the country can be governed. And by means of the parliament. Yes, they decide the laws.
Sigue con la segunda, o sea, con la C, y ahí nos vamos intercalando. Kiki.
Ajá, okay. Procedures to offer visible benefits to ordinary people. Yes.
Kiki, ¿estás? Oh,
Krishna?
ya.
Okay, sí. Procedures to offer visible benefits to ordinary people. Prioritizing anti-corruption mechanism across all sectors to diminish the regression on sustainable development and human rights.
Human rights, development and the regression on sustainable. Yes, so yes, anti-corruption and diminish the regression
Regreso.
of
Sí, va como para atrás.
sustainable development. Yes, yes, not to stop the development. Yes, yes, and human rights. Yeah.
Letter D, the effects of the use of technology in modern democracies. The use of technology could weaken democracy by huge platforms like Google or Facebook. So there is no democratic oversight. And nowadays, it seems that social media is more important than democracy.
Yes,
That is
because
the
everything can be published there. There's no control. Yeah, okay. So
I think, according to the text, to reading, the effects are negative.
the effects are negative. Yes, because you can have any discourse published there that goes even against democracy and nobody can control that.
And fake news, for example.
Fake news, yes.
Fake news to
mislead.
por ejemplo, para la gente que se está, lo de presidente, a lo mejor pueden haber noticias falsas que al final la tecnología lo provoca. Bueno, la gente que sabe usar la tecnología.
Claro, claro. Y eso diminishes democratic power. Yeah.
Ya dale.
Climate change. Climate change.
Okay, in the climate change affects democracy. The text establishes how politicians have usually seek the price of success in elections have failed to provide long-term global public goods or to protect the environment rights of the future
generations.
And also establish the climate and the demographic change and other medioambiental issues or problems.
Yes, so it's on the hands of government and most of them democratic governments that there are good policies. So that's also related to politics. Policies son las regulaciones, las políticas. So long-term global public goods and policies, políticas de bienestar global. So that is something that democracies have not produced positively yet. Okay, so to protect the environmental rights of future generations. Yes, excellent.
And the letter F, how to choose the divide, the divide between popular demand and actual performance in democracies. According to text, there are the development of citizens assemblies. ¿Está bien dicho?
Citizens assemblies.
Assembly and juries, including those taking advantages of digitalization to reach wider constituencies. Ay, no sé cómo se dice.
Constituencies.
Also, these discussions are concentrated in OECD countries, but it is an advance.
Yes, so it's to create assemblies of people. Yes, so that people continue to perform juries. Yes, so important the participation of people. Yes, and reaching wider constituencies. So participation. Yes, it's participation of people. Yes, that's the most important thing in order to guarantee, yes, that that democracies continue to perform positively for citizens. And fights. ¿Qué necesita luchar?
And the last one is a necessary fight in terms of democratic system for all people. In this part of the text, the author established this. Social concerns must be given voice, interrogated, and debated if democracy is to live up to expectations. And also, we need to find a balance between the defense of basic normative
principles.
And a constant vigilance of democratic institutions to ensure that these principles are manifested in the society.
Yes, social concerns. Yes, so we need to live up to expectations. Yes, we need to keep on participating and fighting in the defense of basic norms, rules. Yes, in a constant vigilance. Yes, so it's a people who have to be constantly defending the institutions of democracy and observing that they are really fulfilling their duties. And one of the things that we can do as citizens is participate in elections, vote, always go to vote. Say you participate in meetings. For example, candidates are meeting people in order to ask for their desires and questions and requirements. So it is important to participate in all of these instances and the constituencies, to reach a wider constituency, meaning reaching more people, yes, to include all of the voices. So it is important, participation, always. Okay, girls, thank you. You can share with the other girls. And something I want to remind you is that for Wednesday, you will prepare a speaking report. It's a short report, 2 to 3 minutes, in which you use the words. Yes, so it's about democracy in your country, future elections, for example, in Chile. And you need to use 8 out of the 12 words that we revised today at the beginning, and then you read a lot and you listen to in the exercises. So 8 at the list of the 12 words. Yes, democracy, political parties, election, voting. And you will speak orally, and that will be also credits for you. Remember, we are always practicing all of the skills, but also the vocabulary. And we will have more vocabulary exercises. Okay, so for Wednesday, agreements. Prepare the, okay, I will copy. So remember, I will copy this on Educandos as well. So you prepare this report and you finish the written version of task 7. Okay. Oops, sorry. Excellent, girls, excellent work. Share your work so that you can, so the classmates can also benefit. So we do a jigsaw activity. And finish the written version of task 7 and upload it for a feedback. It's a task created on Educandos on week 9. Okay, any other questions?
I have one. The report will be individual or?
Yes, individual, so that you learn to use the words. We're practicing using the vocabulary words.
But how can I do that? Like about what I think of?
Yes, yes, it's personal. Yes, I would like to talk about democracy in my country, the political parties, and you use the words. Yeah, political parties are divided into, I don't know, left and right, blue and red, whatever. And the elections will be on such a day, and voting can let us, do you see? So you use complete sentences, even if they are complete sentences, using the words we have practiced.
Okay. Okay.
Candos on week, in week, sorry, 9. Okay, so that example can be useful for you. So even if they are 2 words per sentence also, yes? But complete sentences, subject, verb, object, remember we are always paying attention to that, and repetition of the words. So you have democracy, representatives, political parties, politics, civics, corruption, parliament, representation. Okay, representatives, you also have like a family of words that they all refer to the same, yes? Representatives are the ones we vote because we have a representation and they have our representation in a representational system. Okay, for example, but I am just kidding, playing with words. The important thing is that you enlarge your vocabulary looking for the family of words. So you have civics, civical, civism, citizens, citizenship, for example, to play with words that are near in meaning. Okay? Okay, people? Are you
Okay,
okay?
so
All right.
when,
I will see you on
Wednesday we have the oral report.
Yes, exactly. So I will write those agreements as well on Educandos, so everyone is clear. Yes, 8 words of the 12, or you can use all of them if you like, if you want to practice more. Okay, so nice to see you, girls. I will see you on Wednesday.
See you Wednesday. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Cheers.
Have a great day. Bye bye.